Thursday morning, Top Gun options traders and investors. Let's go ahead and get started with today's market SITREP or situation report. Matthew Buckley, the chief investment strategist here at WCI, and the clown car out of Washington continues. We know that Syria has chemical weapons, period, and we know somebody's using them. And the clown car is in between the UN and President Obama. Now the UN is saying that the Syrian rebels are using chemical weapons, which is kind of convenient, right? Because the president said that would be a red line. We're going in. Anybody uses chemical weapons out of the Assad regime, we're going in. Well, of course, his buddies over in the UN are providing high cover for him by saying, well, we actually think it's the rebels that are doing it. That should scare the shit out of everybody. If rebels, maybe even supported by Al-Qaeda or all sorts of idiot groups, have chemical weapons, that should make us want to go in there with our size 12 boots even more. So I think the UN is actually pushing Obama further into a corner on Syria. 2 years ago, we could have done something. But, of course, election season and Obama's left flank, we had Afghanistan fatigue, we had Iraq fatigue, and here's what we're going to do with dictators going forward, folks. We're going to engage them. We're going to bow to them, and we're going to maybe stick flowers in their rifles that they're pointing at us. Got news for you, folks. It's not working. So if the rebels do have chemical weapons, what if they just bring one of those vials of sarin gas? New York subway, Chicago, Los Angeles International Airport. This is going to get very, very ugly, folks. It's going to get a lot uglier. And, you know, here's one of Obama's senior aides. If Assad drops sarin on his own people, what's that got to do with us? This policy of disengagement from the world is going to get a lot of American killed. What's this have to do with the SITREP? You're going to wake up one day, folks, and the VIX is going to be at 90, and the futures or the market will be down to 6,750 because of a chemical weapons attack on the United States. I don't want to sound like the crazy guy off I-95 panhandling for money, you know, with a tinfoil hat, but that is what's going to happen. Former military officer, folks, we are trained to contingency plan. Look at the worst possible case scenarios, and the worst possible case scenario is rebels having chemical weapons. At least we thought, you know, maybe in Pakistan the nuclear weapons are being. We do have contingency plans. SEAL teams and special task forces at a moment's notice can get in there pretty quick and secure Pakistan's nuclear weapons. Or at least I thought we had special forces teams that were going to get in there and secure Assad's chemical weapons if anything happens. That ain't going to happen. And one of the reasons we think that Israel was struck Syria recently was not only because they're, sending Fatah 110 missiles to Hezbollah, but Israel intelligence is saying they're moving their chemical weapons stockpile to Hezbollah. Hezbollah gets chemical weapons, folks. You're not going to have to worry about a stock market because there won't be one. We really, really need to wake up here, and sorry to devote most of my SITREP to this, but I really need to wake you people up. Because you look at the mainstream media, nary a whisper, right? Not concerned with this at all. And I'm going to tell you, and my Top Gun options traders know, and I'm getting ready to start my live trading session here, so I got to run, but my Top Gun options traders know to be ready and to be hedged for such an event. I'm going to put on a bullish double vertical spread on the VIX this morning out to June to get ready for something, because the other shoe is going to drop. It's not like Assad and Netanyahu are going to get in a room in the next couple weeks and hug each other and they're going to engage in man love. That's not going to happen. So this either ends really, really poorly, or we kind of kick the can down the road until when it ends kind of poorly. Okay, so that's what's really high on my radar right now. Some news out of China. Softening. Draghi saying, hey, not only did I cut rates, but I can cut them again to mirror kind of the what the Fed's doing. A lot of stuff going on in the market, folks, but we're kind of out of earnings season. We still have some earnings to go this week, Disney and some other relatively interesting folks. Whole Foods, Wendy's, Groupon, Toyota, and some gold and silver and mining stocks, and some let's see, some energy, a price line. So we're kind of getting towards the end of the first quarter earnings season, and the market's looking for what to do next. And obviously, with the Fed pumping $85 billion a month into the market, we all know which way the market's going to melt, and that's going to be up. However, if you do not have a good strategic mindset that has a radar that at least is looking around the world, you're going to get shellacked when you wake up one morning and you see smoke rising out of Tehran, or Israeli S-16s or Strike Eagles landing, because it's going to get ugly, folks. The president's disinterest, his disengagement from Assad, his drawing of red lines, erasing them and kind of moving them, is going to get a lot of people killed. One of the main reasons Obama and his aides said we wouldn't get engaged in Syria 2 years ago was because there'd be tens of thousands of deaths and refugees and just badness. Guess what? That happened, and we sat on the sideline. And the Syrian people are going to remember where the United States was when this all went down. Nowhere to be found. Okay, so we either put up huge walls around our country and say, you know what, rest of the world, suck it, you figure it all out, which maybe over beer we could talk about. I don't necessarily disagree with that. Or we need to go out and protect ourselves. And as a military officer, folks, chemical weapons are absolutely devastating. Out of all the ways to die, that's not one of them. That's high on my list. And I'm telling you, folks, they get into the hands of the wrong people, and you haven't seen terror. It'll make 9/11 look like a walk in the park, and I don't say that lightly. So wake up, folks. Stop watching the mainstream media, who's ignoring all of this stuff because they're the fourth arm of the Obama, executive powers, and really get ready for what's about to happen. Okay, I got to run. I got to get ready for our live trading this morning, 9 to 11. Every Tuesday morning, I do our live trading, do weekly options every Monday morning, and then we have an advanced live trade brief Thursday mornings as well. So, folks, if you're flying around in this market solo, God bless you, good luck, and don't get killed. Make sure you're hedged. Okay, I'll be back with tomorrow's SITREP. We'll see you.